Let's get right into it. Number 10. Right now somewhere, someone just watched a scary movie and felt the hair rise on their arms. That's Goosebumps, and the reflex has nothing to do with temperature. It's a leftover defense system. Back when our ancestors were covered in thick body hair, the same reflex puffed that hair up to trap warmth and to make a threatened animal look bigger to predators. Tiny muscles called erector pili still contract at the base of every hair follicle on your body, exactly like they did millions of years ago. The catch is, humans lost most of that hair a long time ago, so the effect is mostly cosmetic now. Chimpanzees still get the full version, hair standing on end, looking twice their size. Humans get a light sprinkle of bumps, and nothing else. It's the biological version of keeping a fire alarm installed in a house that no longer has a working fireplace. Every time a song hits its chorus just right, or a horror movie hits its jump scare, your body runs a defense protocol built for a predator that hasn't been a threat in a very long time. Number 9. There's a jerk that happens right as you're falling asleep, a sudden full-body twitch that snaps you back awake for no reason. It's called a hypnic jerk, and it happens to nearly everyone at some point. Not a dream, not a nightmare, a reflex. One leading theory says this comes from our tree-dwelling ancestors, whose brains occasionally misread the muscle relaxation of falling asleep as the sensation of actually falling. So the brain fires an emergency signal to grab something, tense up, wake up. Around 60 to 70% of people report experiencing it regularly, according to sleep researchers. Think of it as a smoke detector that still goes off from steam in the shower, decades after anyone stopped cooking over open flame. Humans haven't slept in trees for a very long time, but the alarm system never got the update. Somewhere tonight, someone is going to drift off, feel like they're falling, and jolt upright in a bed that never left the ground. Number 8. Watch someone jump at a sudden loud noise, and you're watching a reflex older than language itself. The startle response fires in a fraction of a second, tensing muscles, blinking eyes, and bracing the body before conscious thought even catches up. It's not a decision, it's wiring. The reflex evolved to protect against sudden danger, a snapping branch, a predator's roar, anything loud and close. Speed was the entire point. A startled animal that hesitates to think first often doesn't get a second chance. Compare it to airbags in a car, which deploy in milliseconds because waiting for a driver's reaction would be too slow to matter. Your nervous system runs the same logic, just for balloons popping and doors slamming instead of collisions. The odd part is how little control you have over it. You can know the noise is coming and still flinch anyway, because some ancient part of your brain never got the memo that the couch is safe. Number 7. Look closely at some people's ears and you'll find a small pointed bump near the top, folded into the cartilage. It's called Darwin's tubercle, and it isn't decoration. It's what remains of a muscle system that used to let ancestors rotate and perk their ears toward sound, the same way a cat or a dog does now. That perking motion gave animals a split-second head start on locating danger before the eyes even caught up. In humans, the muscles are mostly still there, just weak and largely unused. A small number of people can still wiggle their ears slightly, which is basically a firmware glitch letting an old feature flicker back to life. Everyone else just carries the wiring with the plug pulled. It's a strange thing to think about, that somewhere under your skin sits a piece of hardware built for a kind of hearing you'll never use, still installed, still connected, just permanently switched off. Number 6. Stand at the edge of a subway platform, and something in your stomach drops before your brain even processes the height. That's an old instinct, not a modern fear. Heights killed early humans constantly, through falls from cliffs, trees, and rocky terrain, long before cars or knives or any modern hazard existed. So evolution built a fast-acting caution system specifically for edges and open drops. The reaction happens through the vestibular system, the same balance mechanism in your inner ear that also handles motion and spatial orientation. It fires before logic gets involved, which is why even people who know a railing is sturdy still feel their pulse spike near a ledge. It's the body running a threat assessment based on a world that no longer has guardrails as an afterthought. Skyscrapers have elevators, balconies have railings, and yet the ancient part of the brain still treats every edge like a cliff with nothing at the bottom. Number 5. Watch a baby grip a finger the moment it touches their palm, tight enough to nearly support their own weight. That's the Palmar grasp reflex, and it shows up almost immediately after birth. Researchers have long linked it to a much older survival need, back when infant primates had to cling onto a mother's fur while she moved through trees and across ground. A baby with a weak grip risked falling. A baby with a strong one survived the ride. Humans stopped needing that particular skill a long time ago, since nobody is carrying their newborn through branches anymore. The reflex fades within a few months as the nervous system matures and voluntary movement takes over. It's a strange kind of inheritance, a full-body skill installed at birth for a world that no longer exists, quietly switched off before the child ever learns what it was for. Number 4. Yawning spreads through a room faster than almost any other human behavior. One person starts, and within seconds, 3 more follow without even deciding to. Some researchers link contagious yawning to older social bonding instincts, a way early groups synchronized alertness and rest cycles together. A shared yawn may have functioned like a silent signal. It's time to settle down, or it's time to stay sharp. Studies have found that people yawn back most often around family and close friends, less around strangers, which lines up with a social bonding explanation. It's oddly similar to how a single cough can trigger a wave of coughing across an entire quiet office, except nobody's actually sick. The truly strange part is how hard it is to resist once it starts. Even reading about yawning right now probably triggered one, which means evolution just reached across a screen and got you anyway. Number 3. Bite into something spoiled and your face contorts almost instantly, nose wrinkled, lips pulled back, eyes narrowed. That's the disgust reflex, and it's less an opinion than an alarm. The exact same facial expression shows up across virtually every human culture ever studied, suggesting it's hardwired rather than learned. Its original purpose was simple. Spoiled food carried bacteria and toxins that could kill, so a fast, visceral rejection response kept early humans from swallowing something dangerous. Over time, that same reflex expanded to cover far more than food: moral violations, unsanitary spaces, even certain social behaviors people find repulsive. It's the evolutionary equivalent of a security system that started out guarding one door and now covers the entire building. Somewhere right now, someone's face is twisting in disgust over a comment on the internet, using the exact same circuitry their ancestors used to avoid eating something that would have killed them. Number 2, watch someone flinch away from a snake-shaped object before they've even consciously registered what it is, and you're watching one of the fastest reflexes humans have. Researchers have found that human brains detect snake-like shapes faster than almost any other visual pattern, sometimes in under 100 milliseconds. That's quicker than most people can consciously identify a face. The theory traces back to millions of years of shared history between primates and venomous snakes, a threat serious and consistent enough to shape visual processing itself. It's why a coiled garden hose can trigger a flicker of alarm before logic catches up and says it's just rubber. Compare that to modern threats like electrical outlets or moving traffic, both far more statistically dangerous today, yet neither gets anywhere close to the same instant reaction. The brain isn't ranking threats by current statistics. It's still running a very old list, and snakes never got removed from the top of it. Number 1. Watch a group of strangers get quiet the moment one person starts talking with authority, and you're watching one of the oldest instincts humans have. The pull toward hierarchy. Long before laws or titles existed, small human groups needed fast, low-conflict ways to organize who led, who followed, and who kept the peace. Reading status cues quickly, tone, posture, confidence, kept the whole group functioning without constant physical conflict over rank. That instinct never left. Modern workplaces, classrooms, and even group chats all show the same pattern, where certain voices instantly carry more weight regardless of what's actually being said. It's the same social wiring that once organized hunting parties, now quietly deciding who gets listened to in a Monday morning meeting. The tools changed completely. Spears turned into spreadsheets, campfires turned into conference rooms. The instinct running underneath all of it never got the update, and it's still deciding, in real time, who the room listens to first. That's 10 instincts nobody asked for. If you like this, subscribe for more.